I got a very successful business. And people have put it down, but I do very well. But I said, that's the problem, is we have to continue to put the right people at the table to negotiate the deal for you.
What business do you have?
Well, I started a food service business,
Okay.
and I became the largest minority-owned food service company in the United States of America. And what was strange about it, and I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't easy,
Yeah.
because I built this business. I was gonna give it over to my family, and they were gonna like run the business. I believe in family. I'm a Christian. I believe in family. And all of a sudden, they like drove me crazy. I wanted to cry every day. And my mom said, Bo, sometimes you want more for someone else than they want for themselves.
That's true.
So I got rid of them. So now I had to run the business.
Right.
And I didn't need a business. I was doing well. But what was strange about it, I would go to a food show. And I'd set my booth up like a street vendor. I would fry chicken, display the chicken, write orders. People would come by and have me taking pictures. I'm standing on my head. I'm just smiling and stuff. And they'll make an order with me, and they'll cancel that order. They went and canceled that order. So for almost 5 years, people treated me like a dog. But I stayed with it. And someone gave me an opportunity.
Yeah.
And now that business is one of the most successful food service businesses in the United States of America. But because of that, somebody gave me a chance. I try to help other people to get started too.
Yeah.
We try to help other people through whether it's logistics, whether it's through things like that. And I said, because somebody gave me a chance, I try to help other people too. But that people are cruel sometimes. People are cruel, but you don't give up. You don't quit. And that's what I have. I said, guys, I don't quit. I keep going.
Well, let me ask you this, because we're in Georgia, and we know we're here in Atlanta, but we're Georgia's become very polarized, right? Because during COVID, we had Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and Governor Kemp could not connect at all, and the climate here is very extreme. So you got people that Republicans can't stand Democrats, and Democrats can't stand Republicans, and I think sometimes the message gets lost about what's best for the people. So I want to ask you, how would you go about being able to connect those two? Because it seems like a successful politician, if there is such a thing, is one that's able to unite both sides, and especially here.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct.
Very, very polarized.
You're 100% correct, and that is our problem. People want to think Democrat or Republican, and that's why I say all Democrats are not wrong, all Republicans are not right. It's not about the party. Yeah. It's about the policies that you give for the people. You represent the people, and that's what I said I am. Let's be honest. People say that that I was picked to run for this. No, I wasn't. Remember when I first got in this race, they didn't like me. They didn't like me at all. They didn't want me here. But I ran and I got here, and I'm here now. And I said, guys, I got here because I'm supposed to be here. This is where I'm supposed to be in time, at this moment right now. So the problem we have is people say, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Wait, what does that stand for? One thing people told me, I'm a conservative or I'm a Republican. I said, okay, now, can you give me the definition of that? Is it because I like lower taxes? Is that the definition of a Republican? Because wouldn't you want lower taxes? And then do I like school choice? Like I want my kids to have an education. Don't you want that too? I want public safety. Everybody want that too. I assume. So I said, guys, we're telling people what you think you should be. What do you want? What do you like for it to happen to your family? So I said, it's about the policy, not the party. And I said, guys, I don't understand why we fight when we're in the greatest country in the world today. I can say that I've been all over the world. We're in the greatest country in the world today. We're fighting among each other. And that's why I say a house divided cannot stand. But yet our enemy is over the ocean from us. They're over the ocean from us, but they're letting us destroy each other within. Right. And that's the problem I have.
So how do you start that? How do you start that conversation?
Well, being open. I've been an open book. People say, oh, I've been an open book. I have nothing to hide. I'm not perfect. And I've said that. I'm not perfect, but you know what I am? I'm a man that get up off my knees and get it done. I've done it all my life. Like I said, I was one of those kids that wasn't supposed to make it, but I made it in football. I made an Olympic team in bobsledding. Think about it. Bobsledding. I was on a 1992 Olympics team in bobsledding. I built a successful business. I've been to over 400 military bases all over the world to remove the stigma of mental health. I've done things that people don't even know I've done.
Because I would assume that there are some things that you learned that you were put into you playing football early on that that translate to life, right? And translate to politics at this point.
Yes.
What do you think, what characteristics would you say that you've been able to pull from what you learned playing football and being an athlete at that level that you feel like will translate? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you know, he's great on the football field.
Yes.
But how does that help me?
Well, you know, it was so funny. I built a business, and I remember Coach Dooley said, he said when I first got to Georgia, he said, men, if we stay together, we can be successful. He said, teams win championship, individuals win trophies. Well, I'm into winning championships, so I want to bring people together. I want to say, guys, we want to come together. So that taught me that's how you work on things. You bring people together. And, you know, I've been in the business world where I know about budgeting. I know how to budget. I know how to sign people's paychecks. See, people don't know. You know, I think God blessed me to play football, but I haven't played football in 40 years. People still talking about me playing football. Check out my business that I've done. Check that out. I said, check that out. Check out my military program that I've done. You know, I have gotten into, you know, and I hate to brag on myself, I won something called the Racial Algebra Award, which is one of the most prestigious business awards you can ever win. I was out throughout the world, throughout the United States and Canada. Herschel Walker won one from Wrightsville, Georgia. And that award stands for what you give back as well. Not just what you've done in the business world, but what you give back. So that means that people respect me for that. And I said, what I got to do, though, is go out and help other people. You teach others. And I do believe that you don't give a man a fish, you teach him to fish. Those are my philosophies. You know, I don't drink. I never drank, never had beer, never taken drugs in my body, never let me take medicine. But, you know, I said that I failed. You know, sometimes God will break you to build you back up. Yeah. And I understand that. And I said that's the way my life has been. I keep moving forward.
Well, one of the things that your opponent has used is we see commercials consistently about your past with domestic violence.
Yes.
And we haven't heard from you. We've seen a lot of commercials. We've seen commercials stating that you held a gun to your wife's head at the time and that you had no problem with violence. So I want to give you an opportunity to speak to that.
Well, you know, he without sin cast the first stone. And does my opponent believe in redemption, who's been a pastor? That's what's so funny. And I say that because I'm not going to get into what has happened with him in his past. I want him to do what's going on with his policy. And he's talking about something that I was a part of over 15 years ago, maybe even longer. Over 15 years ago, today my ex-wife and her husband, my wife, and you know, we're the best of friends. We're the best of friends. We do things together. But I know that he can't run on the policies that's out there because the policies have been terrible. They're not good. They don't work for Georgia. So he runs on things like that because he wants to trick people. Yeah. And I said, you know, think about it. How can you bear false witness? Yeah. And that's what he's doing. But I don't worry about him. What I do is worry about me.
So if it's false witness, so that's not true?
No, some of the stuff he's saying is not true. And then he said that over 14 years ago, do you believe in redemption? Yeah. Do you believe in forgiveness? Do you believe in moving forward? He's a pastor. And I said, you know, that's he got to answer to God himself. Yeah. What I'm going to do is answer to the Georgia people. And I think the Georgia people are speaking now. And, you know, they've spent almost $54 million against me. That's a whole lot of money.
It's a lot of commercials running.
Yeah, they're $54 million against me. Yeah. And the race is virtually tied, or I'm in the lead, or he in the lead by one. Meaning the Georgia people are speaking to. They want to hear what you're going to do. My representative to represent me in the Senate. And I've been getting around talking to the people, letting them see that I'm not just that football player, that track guy. That I'm more than just that. You know, I think, like I said, my football career was huge, but I'm a better person than I was a football player.
There's accusations that you don't want to debate him, that you are afraid to debate him. I saw a commercial where you were saying that you didn't think that you knew he was very smart. You didn't think that you were very smart, and you did not necessarily want to debate him.
Well, no, I never said I didn't want to debate him. Okay. I said I wasn't that smart. He's such a slick talker and so smooth and stuff. But we need to get things straight. You know, he has a lot of money putting on a commercial out. No. I wanted to debate him. He didn't want to debate me. Because what I asked to have is a fair and equitable debate in front of a crowd of people, in front of the audience, in front of it to be televised statewide. He didn't want that. He did not want that. So we have to get that straight, because he put all the commercials out. Herschel didn't want to do this because the media has never been Herschel's friend. Can you believe that? The media has never been my friend. Right. And so they've never been my friend. They've been campaigning for Senator Warnock. No, I wanted to debate him, but I wanted to be in front of an audience so they can see the differences between he and I. The difference is that I believe in, I don't believe in this open border. There's a border. We got problems with the border. I don't believe in being soft on crime. He believed in being soft on crime. The things that I wanted them to see the difference. He didn't want to do it. So the other day he volunteered to do this debate, because I told him we want to do it in Savannah, Georgia. You know, that's his hometown, in Savannah, Georgia, October the 14th. Okay. And we're going to do a debate October the 14th in Savannah, Georgia, in front of an audience, and it's going to be televised statewide. And I said, I'm just this country boy. You know, I just grew up in South Middle Georgia. And, you know, he's this successful pastor up here in Atlanta, just blowing people away. He's an incumbent senator, so I'm going to try to hold my own.
Well, you're not just a country boy. I mean, you are a decorated Heisman Trophy.
Well, you know, but that's just football. That's just football, you know, and stuff. So, but see, that's what I said. People have put things out that's not the truth. Yeah. I have wanted to debate Senator Warnock. Now, in the primary, no, I didn't want to break my opponents because they weren't doing anything.
I don't know if I'm going to go. Right?
No, the problem I had, and people said, you don't want to, no, the problem I had is they told me what I needed to do. Well, I did those things. I went out and I raised the money. I went out and I campaigned with the people. I went out and spoke to the people. They didn't do that. Okay. What they wanted me to do is help to promote them. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to do my thing. But right now, this is the general. This is when you get done. Yeah. And I said, no, we want to debate, but we want to do it in front of our audience. That's what I asked. He didn't want to do that. Forever, he didn't want to do it. Well, now, October 14th, he just agreed. But let me tell you what's so funny. He agreed at the last minute. Because we said, if you don't agree by 5 o'clock, we're going to forget this debate and move forward. I got to talk to the people in campaign. We're at 450, I think they called. Said, we'll do it. So I said, this country boy going to have to show up too in Savannah, Georgia.